Welcome to podcasts recorded live at the Center for Spiritual Living in Portland, Oregon. We have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the Online tab. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center and its video podcasts, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.
Good morning and welcome to the Portland Center for Spiritual Living. We are a science of mind community that teaches spiritual principles to transform your life and make the world a better place. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. All we ask is that you stay open to the possibility of changing your entire life simply by changing your mind. My name is Nancy Ashley, licensed practitioner here, and I welcome you, and a special welcome to our Facebook Live friends that are watching today. So, you know that we also have a YouTube, video that comes out tomorrow, and we have our audio podcast that you can listen to also. So, just going through some of our events for this week. We have our usual Wednesday meditations are hosted this week by licensed practitioner Kathy Batten, and the theme is Open Your Heart to Peace. Beautiful. We also have Reverend Larry's Lunch with Reverend Larry on Friday, scheduled at 11:30 a.m. And of course, these are all on Zoom. You can find the Zoom link on our website, cslportland.org, or on our regular Tuesday email that comes out every week and has the Zoom link for everything you could possibly want. So we have Zoom links, Zoom groups for our social justice book club that meets once a month, and also our weekly 12-step program for women, Science of Mind 12-step program. And these are all links are on our website also. So please join us for all these extra events and keep us connected. We have some spring classes ready for registration, and Reverend Larry is going to describe them.
Thank you, Nancy, and welcome today, everyone. Yeah, we have a spring workshop and a spring class. The workshop is called Spiritual Mind Treatment. It's a 2-part workshop. It actually starts this Saturday, so if you're interested, you'll want to make sure that you register for that very soon. Spiritual Mind Treatment is renowned for its transformational power to reveal greater good in seeming difficulties. In this 2-part workshop, it's an easy-to-use method for moving from an undesired condition into something that is more suitable for you. It's the kind of affirmative prayer, of course, that Nancy and I and others do on Sunday, and so you'll want to check that out. It's being taught by Reverend Marilyn Sprague, 2 sessions. This coming Saturday is the first one, and you can register for that online at cslportland.org. The second one is a full class offered through the auspices of the CSL headquarters, so it's one of our regular licensed classes. It's being hosted by Kate Barrett and Kathy Batten, 2 of our practitioners. It's called Revealing Wholeness, and it really dives deep into that idea of the mind and body connection. You know, how the power of our thinking is largely to the credit or detriment of what's going on with our physical bodies. You'll be able to learn how to deal with stress in your lives, other kinds of issues that through changing our thinking about life changes our experience of life. It's a 7-week class on Thursdays. It starts May 20th and runs through July 1st. It goes from 6 to 8 p.m. Portland Daylight Time. So please take advantage of one or both of these classes. You're more than welcome to sign up for both. cslportland.org.
Thank you, Reverend Larry. And you may not know it, but today is International Laughter Day. And Reverend Marilyn Sprague happens to be a certified laughter leader, has been for many years. So she is hosting a Laughter Fest today at 12:30 on Zoom, and it's not too late to sign up, so you can go to our website, cslportland.org, sign up, and she will send you the Zoom link immediately. She's standing by. So in light of this, she is also doing a 6-week Mirific Mondays, and this is a combination of mirth and horrific. So we're going from horrific to mirific Mondays, starting a week from Monday, May 10th, at 4:30 p.m. It's part of a Go for Joy virtual ministry that Reverend Marilyn has designed and is presenting. So again, you can go to the website and register online for this complimentary program. It's free, and get a good laugh out of it too. So, are you on our mailing list? If you are not, you can sign up on our website on the bottom of the right-hand column. Enter your name and email, and you will get the most amazing email every week from Reverend Larry that gives you everything you need to know about what's going on during the week or month. So cslportland.org, and enter your name and email address. Again, we have our beautiful floral arrangement presented by our congregant, Kat Jacobs. and we thank Kat every week for this. Our special music today is by our good friend Laura Berman, who's joining us, and she and LaRhonda Steele, our music director, will be presenting, Laura will be doing the special music, and I think we'll let LaRhonda in for some of the congregational music. So sit back and relax, because we know that somewhere between the music, the meditation, and the message is exactly what your heart came to receive.
Thank you, Nancy. So let's giggle our way into our heart spaces this morning as we enter our sacred time of meditation together. And we sing, God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am. God is, I am. Right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am. One more time. God is, I am. Right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am.
In this beautiful space and time, we know that there is only one power, one presence, one essence of life, and I call it God or Spirit, whatever we call it. There is only one. It is everywhere present throughout the universe. It is that power of life, the power of energy, the quantum energy, and it is the essence of love. Infinite, eternal, unconditional love that permeates the universe. And in the wholeness of God, there is also the law of cause and effect, the law of circulation, the law of attraction, whatever we call that. It is the law that responds to our thoughts and our beliefs, our faith. And so knowing that I am part of the individualized, unique expression of God, I know that this is true for everyone hearing us, everyone that is here today, that we are all beings of God, here to express the wholeness of God. And in this place, I just claim and affirm for us that we are able to use the law of cause and effect, the law of attraction, to create, co-create the magnificent lives that we choose. However, we need to know what it is that we're looking for. We need to have the support and guidance of Spirit sometimes to know what do we really want. And knowing what we want, we are able to co-create these beautiful lives through the law of attraction. What we are thinking is what we are attracting into our lives. And so this is the essence of science of mind, that God is within us, that it is supporting us, and that we are able to use the love and the law for our own lives, to make the world a better place. And so I just know that as we create our amazing lives, that we are able to enjoy and experience the wholeness of God every day here with us all the time. And so we need to know what is that we want. What do we want in our lives? We want peace, we want love, we want harmony, we want abundance, beauty. All of these qualities are fully available through our thinking, through our faith, through our belief, through the law of attraction. And so I just give thanks for this, for knowing this amazing truth, for knowing that we are co-creators of our lives and that we get to choose what it is that we are attracting into our lives. And what a blessing. And so I just release my word into the action and activity of the law that says yes to whatever we are claiming and affirming for ourselves. And so I release this, I let it be, and together we say, and so it is. And as we sit back and relax in our meditation for a few moments, I just invite us to think about, what is it that I want in my life? What am I wanting to attract into my life? And so it is.
Just when I take a step outside, the rain, it catches me with no warning. Right before liftoff, what was once light and airy can't catch my breath, or sweet canary for the weight on my body. Oh, break me, take me, climb inside. Bring me to a new divide, and I will grow to know a better me. And this time I will lift off and fly. Off and fly. Just when I take a step outside, the rain catches me with no warning. Just when I take a step outside, all around I see the empty spaces. No matter how many times on this flight I can barely get the height. Now I want to soar with clean traces. Oh, break me, take me, climb inside. Bring me to a new divide, and I will grow to know a better me, and this time I will lift off and fly. It's a solo flight with the wind in my hair, and there's a quiet line between me and the air, and I like it here, I like it here, I like it here in the air. Ooh, yeah. Oh, break me, take me, climb inside. Bring me to a new divine. Oh, break me, take me, climb inside. Bring me to a new divine, and I will grow to be a better me. And this time I will lift off, and this time I will lift off and fly high. I will lift off and fly. I will fly high.
Thank you so much, Laura Berman. What a treat to have you with us today. You're always welcome. We just need to see you more often. Happy Sunday, everyone. So glad you're joining us today. You know, a couple months ago, in January, we launched the idea of us acting on behalf of Spirit. We spent a couple weeks talking about how Spirit gets Spirit's job done in the human realm, largely through us humans. And so when we look to God to make our lives better, when we look to God to make the planet better, at least as it affects humans, most of that work gets through us, through our own divine gifts, through God working through us, even as Laura Berman claimed in the song that she so beautifully sang today. So we've picked a book called One World, One Heart by Marilyn Mills to help us focus in on this idea of what are my gifts to give to the world? How do I actually act on behalf of Spirit in my own life, in the lives of other people? How do I bring this message of power and love and joy and peace out into the world to truly make this a world that works for everyone? And so I'll read for you sort of the promise of the book. This comes from chapter 1 and page 1. She says, all of us come here with two deeply embedded and innate desires. One is to express our true, authentic spiritual selves. And so you might think of that as, what is our gift to give? What is that essence of who I am and why I'm here? And then she also says, the second reason we're here is to truly and deeply give and receive love. And so I love that as a premise, a whole book really focused around two goals. One, to allow our true essential selves to be fully expressed in healing the planet, in making this a better place, and then to love and be loved. And we'll discover in the weeks to come how closely those two things actually work together. That when we're expressing our love, of course, that's when we make the most impact. When we're open to receiving love, that acts as a ripple effect throughout the world. And so anyway, where I want to start, though, today is the idea of what is our gift to give. What is it that is in ourselves that we might want to share. And I think there's some biblical things here that I want to talk about for just a minute. I think sometimes when we view ourselves as acting on behalf of Spirit, we think it has to be in that kind of Moses way, or in that kind of I don't know. Building the ark or something, that there has to be some amazing, it's like I'm not Mother Teresa, right? We don't have time to devote our entire lives to rounding up animals 2 by 2 and building an ark. And I don't think that that's necessary. I don't think that's the point of the idea of us having gifts to give. I think it's more on a day-by-day gift-giving opportunity. What is the gift that I have to give right now to the people that are in my lives right now? Now, of course, it may go beyond that. We may have an idea of that's bigger than that. We may wish to be that consummate altruist that's out working in the world and doing things more on the edge of humanity. Maybe we want to be a doctor without borders, or something that that lights up the world in that bigger way. But for most of us, I think simply having the clarity of choosing our actions and how we show up on a day-to-day basis, working towards our most authentic selves, really what we have to give in an authentic and loving way, I think that's more than sufficient. If even probably 20% of the planet were so motivated, oh my gosh, the way that the world would be different. Can you imagine if even 20 or 30% of the population on a regular basis always treated each other with kindness, always stood up for peace, was always there to do something to bring more love or more life or more wholeness into the world? I think that perhaps we're getting close to that, though, don't you? I do have the feeling that this is a safe and happy world to live in, because so many of the people that I interact with, I think, sense that inner mission of bringing joy, of God working through them in some small way. Well, today I would like to focus on that idea and even add to it a bit. Some of you probably know what your life's purpose is. Some of you probably have done this kind of exercise before. But what I'd like to do is guide you for just a few minutes in a visioning around your life's purpose, what your life is here to give to other people. And so if you're willing, I invite you just to close your eyes. Just close your eyes and get comfortable. Know with me that there is only one power and one presence, this one life. And of course, it is filled with love and peace, with joy and beauty. All good is present in this one infinite supply and source of all. I know that means me, and I know it's true for everyone. Everyone acts on behalf of Spirit to bring more of that light, of that love, of that joy into the world. And so for today, I claim a greater vision, a greater idea of what each of us have as our individual impetus to make this planet better, to leave this planet in a better shape than when we came to it. And so we begin by asking the first visioning question: what is Spirit's highest vision for the gift that I give to humanity? So just allow pictures and ideas, words, just allow them to float into your mind. Maybe symbols, maybe qualities of God. Just allow yourself to freely associate. What is Spirit's highest vision for my gift that I give to humanity? It might be as simple as love. It might be as simple as wholeness. Just allow your mind to perhaps focus in on one or two of the gifts that perhaps only you can give in your particular and special way. What is Spirit's vision for my gift that I give humanity? Just to, once again, allow yourself to have the pictures and words, the ideas and those sensations that may come to you when you think of you giving your gift to your friends, your family, your neighbors, to the world. Each of our gifts ripples out as it comes in contact with more and more people. It's how we make a difference, through our gifts. And now I'd like to ask a second question. You know, there can be barriers, generally internal barriers, towards us fully giving these gifts that we have. And so I ask you, what must I release? What old ways of being, what constraints, what limitations must I release in my own mind to truly give my gift? Is it a fear of not doing it right? Is it thinking that you don't have the time or the resources? Let us release anything that stands in the way of us giving our gift. So we ask, what must I release? We ask and we listen to Spirit. What old beliefs or patterns in my life do I release in order to be this high container of love or peace, of joy? What must I release? And let's ask one more question. If you could summarize your gift to give in just one word, what would that be? What spiritual principle might you embrace that would make all the difference? Is it love? Is it joy? Is it abundance? Is it wholeness? What gift that you have on offering here today, if you could summarize it in just one or two words, what would that be? What is your gift? What is Spirit doing through you into the world that makes all the difference? We ask and we listen. Well, it is with great gratitude that I acknowledge this time of visioning, this time of words and ideas coming to me around my life's purpose, around my gifts to give. With gratitude, I just release this time of visioning. I let it be, and so it is. I'd like to read from the New Testament of Matthew. This is Matthew 5:15. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden, and neither do people light a lamp and hide it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others. So clearly the master teacher Jesus was telling us that this gift that we have, this light that we shine, this way of God moving through us and as us into the world is not something that we need to hide. We may be bold with it. We may be adventurous with it. It can be used to put us through our comfort zone and out into the world that brings our love, our light, our joy out into the world. Now, some of you I know may have gone through processes similar to this and think, well, okay, so I do stand for love or I do stand for peace, but I'm not quite sure how to implement that. I'm not quite sure on the human realm because this is about God moving through us and God, has those qualities of God in capital letters, right? And it's a little hard for us to get our humanness around, well, what does global peace look like? How would I fit into that? And so I did, and you can pull it up on our website, I did come up with a handy little chart of God qualities and how people can implement them in the world. And so if you go to cslportland.org, right on the page there, or if you're tuning in later, it's also will be present on our podcast pages. It's just a little download that you can map some of those qualities of God in some of the ways that you can show up in the world. So for instance, if maybe what came to you was God acting through you on behalf of beauty, just be aware that in the human realm, beauty can take the form of allure, of grace, of style, of attractiveness, of aesthetics. It can involve our full creativity and so on. So just some ideas of how you can go from that larger concept of a quality of God into something that is more human-focused or human-related, showing you ways that you can bring that quality of God into the world. So we've visioned for this idea of our gift. We've visioned for this idea of our gift to give. We've come up with a God quality. And then we've had a little bit of a chance, maybe if you use that worksheet, to see how that might show up in your life, how you can be that emissary for God in the world. But why is this important? Why is knowing what our gift to give, why is that so important? I think a lot of times we have the idea, well, if I'm just being my authentic self, isn't that enough? Do I have to put a name on it? Do I have to see it as a mission that I'm on? And there are actually 3 different reasons that I do recommend doing visioning from time to time. Your mission on this planet can actually change over time. I recommend honing in or pinpointing that more clarity around what your gift to give to the world is because of 3 reasons. 1, we can give it more attention and allow ourselves to experience more of it. And so from the book, you'll remember, she said that's our purpose, to continually be self-expressing those gifts. And if we don't really know what they are, if there isn't a certain amount of clarity, we'll know I'm on the planet around wholeness, and that means I not only work out and eat good food, but I help people around me that are interested in that kind of thing. It provides a kind of a focus for you. So that's the first thing. But also when we know about it, we begin to build a greater mental equivalent into it. You'll remember last month, we talked about the science of mind idea of a mental equivalent. And that's having a picture in our mind that has some level of detail in it. And that when we have a mental equivalent, oh my gosh, God does just about everything within God's power to fulfill that vision in our mind. And so again, if the word of God that is in you is around power, then the idea of building a mental equivalent of what power looks like in your life and how you can use your authentic power, we build up that mental equivalent. And oh my gosh, it's like not only are our own personal mind, body, and spirit in alignment, but then the mental equivalent, we're putting God on our side as well. And that amazing alignment is what does get some fabulous things done in the world. We're in agreement with our thoughts, with our actions, with our emotions, and then we've involved our higher power in it as well. Oh my gosh. The third reason, though, that knowing what our mission on the planet is important is that we can put our words, thoughts, emotions, and actions, all of it, in a kind of a loose plan. Now, last week, you'll remember, we talked about the idea of having a plan. It doesn't have to be a full-blown thing. Even when Noah was constructing the ark, right? It didn't come fully into the plan all at once. It was just the next step. And so here, when we take what our global mission is, when we know that we're here standing on behalf of peace, really all we need to begin planning for is just what is the next step towards that. Is it reading more about global peace? Is it seeing what philanthropists are like who are already working on this notion of global peace? Is it perhaps taking a workshop or going back to school to learn about mediation or ways of creating peace between two people? It's only just that next step that you really need to do some planning around. And having clarity around what your gift to give is, of course, will give you the clues about that next step. So again, the 3 reasons for knowing what our gift is, the importance of that, is we can give it more time and attention, of course. That's just aligning our own day-to-day activities to see that we're in alignment with it. We can build a more robust mental equivalent so that we can really harness the power of God. And then third, we begin that idea of little by little taking the next step and the next step, putting it into action. So today we've talked about the 2 main features of this book, the idea of self-expression, that each of us is here to be our authentic selves, and in many ways our mission is just to become more and more and more who we are. And then the second part of it is to love and be loved. The other thing that we talked about today is how do we know what our mission of life is? What is our gift to give? You know, I'll share with you an experience that we do in the Foundations class. If any of you have taken Foundations, I think it's in week number 6. We've gotten to know each other a little bit through the first 5 or 6 weeks. And in week 6, we each put a piece of blank paper on our back. We tape it onto our back, give everyone a marking pencil. And everyone has a chance to write on each other's back what they view their unique gifts and talents are. And I think what's so interesting is sometimes people get startled, really startled at how much people absorb of who they really are. This is what we're talking about when we talk about our gifts to give. What I've seen written on people's backs in that exercise is fabulous parent. I've seen people write on there a creative genius. I've seen people write on there the biggest heart I've ever met. And these are the truths that even relative strangers can pick up on a fairly short period of time. It is true that God, whether you know it or not, is already working through you, helping you to become more of who you are, more of who you represent, more of what you're here on behalf of Spirit to do in the world. And so let us today begin examining our gifts. Let us today begin thinking more about what it is I have to do on the planet. And again, it can start with something as small and concise as just one of those qualities of God. You can just say to yourself, well, am I more about love? Am I more about wholeness? So on and so forth. And how does that show up? How am I acting on behalf in that particular way? We've also learned that our awareness of our purpose allows Spirit to bring the resources that we need to bear. When we're clear about what we want to do in the world, when we have clarity and a mental equivalent of us giving our gift, oh my gosh, suddenly all the crooked ways are made straight. All the essential needs that we have to get that accomplished suddenly become available to us. Well, I do have a bit of homework for you today, and you can probably guess what it is. Ask yourself, what is my spiritual purpose? What is my light to shine? What is my gift to give to the world? And I want to close with another quote from the book and a prayer. So this is from the ending of these first few chapters. She says, our missions can change as we go through life, because we're continually growing as spiritual beings. All missions are valuable because they help us express our unique gifts. Contrary to how it looks or feels at times, there is no pass or fail in life. There is only progress. There is only progress on our own unique spiritual path. We're all here to love, and we're all here to learn and grow as spiritual beings. That's why being here is such a gift to ourselves, our family, and the world. We all have a capacity for greatness, and when we discover and share those gifts, we fulfill our legacy as we heal the planet. Let us pray. There is one power. There is one presence. There is one life. There is one source of beauty and peace. There is only the infinite abundance of God. All of these qualities of spirit in infinite supply, present always and available to all. And I know that means me. I know that my essential gift that I give is God moving through me, acting on behalf of one of those qualities of spirit. I'm grateful for this. And I'm grateful in knowing that each of us has a place at the table. Each of us brings to bear our unique flavor and unique set of talents and gifts and joys. It's here for ourselves, of course. It is part of our mission to enjoy our own lives, but also to act on behalf of Spirit. And so for today and the next day and the day after, I know we each become a little more aware of those gifts that we have to give outwardly to the world. I give thanks for this. I let it be, and so it is. Thank you so much for being here today. What a pleasure to have you online. I know some of you will be tuning in later on our YouTube channel or perhaps on an audio podcast. I did mention a worksheet, and if you look at the notes that go with your podcast or your video version of this, there'll be the link if you do want to download that little worksheet. Now is our time of conscious giving. I invite you to take your gift or your tithe. I know many of you right during the service log on to our website at cslportland.org. If you go to cslportland.org/donate, there are a variety of ways that you can contribute to our worldwide ministry. We accept credit cards, PayPal accounts. Of course, our address is there too. We definitely accept good old-fashioned checks in the mail. Thank you so much for contributing to the Center for Spiritual Living. Truly, our worldwide ministry thanks you always. And now I think it's time for some more wonderful music. Come on up.
Just gonna tune because I care deeply. Living large in a tiny square, broken pieces seem to lead nowhere. Why do I feel that my life is just pretend? Oh, my dreams stayed way too small. They lead me back to where I started from. How can I move when I fear what lies ahead? There's more than what I see. Each step brings me closer to free. Yeah. I realize it's inside of me. Yeah. I realize there are no walls in between you and me and this holy word. You and me, God, in this holy word. I realize with each new day I see my life getting bigger with less denying. It's my choice now to leave or just give in. Every morning I give thanks, amen, to all the growth
So before I let you off the stage, would you be willing to share how we might get some of your music? Do you have a website or?
Laura Berman Music and iTunes and the places where all the kids play digitally. I mean the rated G ones.
Oh, I see. It's like that. Thank you so much for being here today, Laura. What a treat. One thing before we go, just a couple reminders. First of all, today is World Laughter Day. Now, I know we're asking you to register ahead of time, and since it starts at 12:30, some of you are going, well, it's a little late for me to register ahead of time. But you know, it's not. Our automated system, as soon as you register, it immediately mails out to you the Zoom link for World Laughter Day. So if you're interested, and it's still today, please log on to our website, cslportland.org. You'll see a button for World Laughter Day. Just click on that and register, and you will get the Zoom links to participate today at 12:30. The other thing I just wanted to mention, we did mention it earlier, but that Science of Mind treatment workshop, learning how to do affirmative prayer, that starts this Saturday. So again, please log on and register for that ahead of time so that we can get you the information and materials we have for that. Gosh, thank you so much for participating with today. It's always our pleasure, and whether you're joining us in real time on Facebook Live or whether you catch up later with us on our YouTube channel or one of our audio podcasts, such a pleasure to have you with us. And I think LaRhonda Steele is going to close us today in song. Thanks, LaRhonda.
Your music. Just amazing. Just beautiful. Band did a wonderful job. Y'all sounded just lifted my spirits. All right. So our closing song is The Truth of Who I Am. Come on. I am love. I am loving. I am love. I am love, I am loving, I am love. It's the truth of who I am when I forget. Spirit reminds me again. I am love, I am loving, I am love. Now tell your neighbor, you are love, you are loving, you are love. Yes, you are. You are love, you are loving, you are love, yeah. It's the truth of who you are. Shine your light, near, yes, near and far. You are love, you are loving, you are love. We are love, we are loving, we are love. Berman there. I said, ooh. Blessings.
If you happen to be in the Portland, Oregon area, we'd love to have you visit in person. The Portland Center for Spiritual Living is located at 6211 Northeast Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. We have inspirational services at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. every Sunday. We also have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the Online tab. We have a variety of content dedicated specifically for our online listeners. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Our website is also the place to learn more about what's going on at the center or to contact us. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.